Hey kids, Inverted Cal here. Welcome back to Project Ozone 2. Where we are at today? Well, we did a little bit of work on the Magneticraft thing last episode, and I've moved a few machines around, so let's jump in and I'll show you what we got going on here. First off, we're going to start with the farm of trees. Yes, I'm making charcoal block. What we have here is 13 furnaces all cranking out at full speed. The wood drawers here and here keep them fed. The hoppers all feed into this chest, which pipes into first this auto workbench and then down and resupplies all the furnaces here with charcoal. So every furnace has charcoal and wood. Then basically I just dance for the trees, break the wood, pop it into the drawers, and go. I've been looking at trying to automate this. The tree farm that I would normally use is excuse me, it's ridiculously difficult to make, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. I moved the pulverizer over here. I've been pulverizing gravel, pounding up dirt. I've actually gone through almost a full drawer of dirt already, which is good because I'm trying to get rid of it. I got tons and tons of dirt. I've been loading the gravel down here into 2 autonomous activators along with the dust. Periodically I get too much dust and I just put it in there. This is medium voltage cable, which comes from that unit downstairs. I have 2 kinetic generators that crank out as much as they can. Everything's shared, so when I fire everything else up, this will drop, for example. Right now it's making 120 RF, which is pretty much its maximum that I'm producing with what I have, which is keeping this sifting at a pretty consistent speed. I throw this gravel down into the chest down here and throw another stack of cobble in. I know I can probably make pebbles, but I'm using the pebbles for ammunition. So we throw the cobble in, and we'll throw these pebbles over here. Come on, there we go. Pebbles in there. And then I can load the gravel or the sand or the dust in here, and I'm stocking these up here. The reason I'm stocking these up is I need coal. So I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fire these up and get them going. So enable ignored and ignored. Both of these are now spinning up. They're going to only use, these only use a couple of RF per cycle to produce, so it's not that big of a deal. It'll keep these things ground up, and both of them are going at full tilt. I'll get some coal in here. Probably have to come in here and pull out some dust and other stuff. I do need to replace one of these with a vacuum hopper because this water just throws the dust everywhere. I did do a little rearranging down in the basement here, so we're going to run down there real quick. And yeah, that staircase is still dangerous. I fixed up the survivalist generator. Bring it down here and I just load it with saplings, and that keeps the water pump powered. The charcoal blocks come in here. I load them into this chest. I have 2 burners right now going at full tilt, but of course they can't get this over 100 degrees, so I'm thinking 2 burners cannot keep up with the number of boilers I have going. because we're not even spinning. Like the turbine blades are barely moving. Eventually I want to replace all these dirt blocks with boiler blocks, so another half dozen or so in here. Yeah, see, the boilers are barely overboiling. They're not even warm yet. So I'm probably going to do is make a bunch of these heat boxes, the fire boxes, and I'm actually just going to stick them in here. Like this one's no warmer than this is, so I'm probably going to do is just stick the fire boxes in next to the heat cable and then let that pump into all of the boilers. I'll move this one up and then just go put 3 more fire boxes down. That's something I'm going to do later. I'm trying to do is make some coal to make some steel.
Is anyone there?
I got 3 coal. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm going to pause here and let this run for a bit longer. I need to make coal, which is why I'm going for gravel. So I'm just going to let these autonomous activators crank out for a bit, and I'll be back after I've got at least a stack of coal. Alright, we're back. Finally got a stack of coal. I've been waiting for this. Oops. Waiting for this for probably about 4 or 5 Minecraft days. I don't know. I just kind of sat here and went AFK. Made that vacuum hopper. Made a couple extra fire boxes. Fixed up the wall a little bit here. I'm slowly making cobble into gravel. As you can see, this thing's now got lots of steam. And so it's cranking at... It's basically now it's cranking at whatever the demand is. But I made 4 more fire boxes. As you can see now, the heat cable has got up to temperature, 1,000 degrees. This stuff is getting hot. This is making steam. Everything's running a lot more efficiently. This is cranking at a speed that's a little bit better than just a slow bubble. And the pump is still working to keep up. And this thing is actually burning through saplings quite nicely. Pump's working to keep up, but it's not falling behind. So I probably could throw extra steam boxes on there, but I really don't think I need them right now. Perhaps I make a second or third boiler or a second or third turbine, which I'll probably do down the road. So needless to say, these things are all running at max. Even this one's actually starting to build up a backlog of RF, and that's under that black hole of RF cable there. This thing's actually overloaded a couple times. I've had to pull stones out and whip up some more cobble a couple times now. But I need to make this. Don't care about the sulfur. It burns. I use it for fuel. I'll probably throw it in there or something. I need the pulverized coal. The reason I need pulverized coal is to make steel. See if I can find. Molten steel. There we go. Molten iron and liquefacted coal. I've already filled the smeltery with iron, and now I need to make liquefacted coal, which you make from melting pulverized coal. You can't do cannot melt coal blocks or coal anything. So now if this works, it should start making this into coal. this works, if it works. There we go. Haha, it's just being a little slow. This might actually be one of those things like trying to melt redstone with lava. It's probably going to take a ridiculous amount of time. So I'm going to pause again here and come back after I have melted this and got myself a whole bunch of iron. I got 72 ingots of iron in here now, so I'm going to make this all into steel, and I'll be back after that. Alright, we're back, sort of. I had a little bit of issues, and I think I got everything worked out now, but the pulverized coal will not get hot enough with lava. I let that sit there for about 15 minutes, and it got warm, stopped at halfway, and stopped. In order to liquefy the coal, I have to actually make liquid pyrotheum, which means I have to make pyrotheum dust. Pyrotheum dust, if you remember the recipe, is blaze powder, pulverized coal, redstone, and, which I don't have right now, sulfur. Although I'm pretty sure that if I went out here I could probably find some from last night's creepers. It's also an occasional drop from pulverizing the coal, so I mean it's not impossible to get. You just pulverizing all the time. I made myself a single-sized smeltery. It's one block. Hooked a hopper to it, shoved some pyrotheum dust into it, hooked up my lava tank to it, and this is literally sucking back lava just about as fast as this thing's producing it. Oops, there's the wrong button. I'm pumping the pyrotheum out through a smeltery drain up into the smeltery above it. It's not pretty, but it's functional. This gets hot enough to melt the coal into liquefacted coal. That then makes steel, which I can make into steel ingots. And the whole point of the exercise was that I was actually going to start making that excavator here. However, but if you look at the amount of steel that I need 12 blocks of steel for this and another 9 for that, so that's 12 and 9 is 21. Plus I need steel for the steel scaffoldings, and I think the heavy engineering block also requires steel. Heavy engineering block right there. This requires 4 steels as well as steel ingots for the mechanical component, so I need 4 steels plus 4 steels. Well, no, I need 8. 12 steel ingots for every 2 engineering blocks. So doing some math, heavy engineering blocks, I need 13 of them. So half of 13, so half of 14 is 7. 7 times 12 is what? 70, 82, 84 divided by 9. So I'm looking at almost 10 blocks of steel just for that. Plus the steel scaffolding. Steel scaffolding requires 3 ingots of steel, and steel fence, which requires steel rods. Every 4 steel rods is 2 steel ingots. So I'm looking at 2 and a part steel ingot for every, basically 3 steel ingots for every 2 steel fences. So say 4 ingots per, plus 3 is 4 and 3 is 7, so 7 ingots for every 6 scaffolding, you know. So you do the thing on the steel scaffolding, well, there's 20 there and 3 here, so 23 steel scaffoldings. So yeah, the math adds up. I'm going to need quite a lot of steel, and this has taken me, just getting to this point on the amount of steel that I have, which is now my 3rd block, has taken me pretty much about 2 hours so far of real life time. That exceeds my allotted recording time for the day, and I have to quit and get back to work. I got other stuff I got to do. Real life stuff. Sucks. So yeah, technically I can pretty much just sit here and let everything kind of run and grind. It's just I end up with overloading inventories and stuff, so I'd have to actually set all this stuff up so I have inventories emptying. But there you go. That's what we have to do for that. Now, I did, in all of that dust sifting and stuff I've been doing, just trying to get this done, I did manage to finally get enough dust to finish this sieving montage. So we're going to claim that reward bag real quick. And that is all that I have done. Now I know when I get the one that's locked, that one I don't even want to look at. That one, the Pneumaticraft one. When I get that one unlocked, I'm going to have some of that done, most of that done actually. And when I unlock the stuff down here, like this is all going to be done. These are all going to be done. I'm probably going to have this done already because I need the power cables going. This is already done. You know, there's a few of these. Most of these are going to be finished before I get to them. So I've got a lot of this stuff is going to be already done. Yeah, I'm already partway through these. I'm going to end up making these cable transformers to transmit power. So a lot of this stuff will be completed. Oops, there's another button I didn't want to push. Is it nighttime already? Oh, it's just dark. I tell you, it's nighttime faster than it's daytime. So let's clear up some inventory space and open the bag. An automatic hammer, 2 of them. Three of them. I'm not entirely sure if I want to use them or not. Mainly because using them would free up the pulverizer, but I'm not liking the X-Astrus Rebirth stuff. It does take way too much power. However, they can be upgraded, so who knows. I'll think about them. I mean, my thinking is to just toss them off the edge, so who knows. But I'm going to wrap it up here, kids. Thanks all for watching. Here's the old Minecraft wave, and I'll even take the pick out of my hand. Here, have a rock. You don't even see those. Okay. Here's the old Minecraft wave, and thanks all for watching. See you next episode, and good night for now.